Okay, let's see if Grammarly catches anything weird here. I wanting. I want. See if it catches anything else. To spend. When it comes to improving your spoken English, one of the biggest challenges is getting feedback, right? And of course, you can record yourself talking by yourself. You can listen back to the recording, take notes. That's great. You should do that. But there's another thing you can do at the same time. If you want to improve your spoken English, you need feedback. One way to get feedback is something I'd like to show you now, a free way to practice. Now, you have to have two important pieces together. This requires two pieces. Number one, there is voice dictation, and number two, there is Grammarly. Now, if you don't already use Grammarly, you probably already should be using it, but if you don't already use it for writing, start. Grammarly is a way to check your writing to make sure it's at least correct, reasonably correct. It's a great tool. It's free. You can add it as an extension in your browser, or you can compose in Grammarly's app. It's great. It's very good. I use it all the time. The other piece, though, so you got that. So that's for writing. How's writing connected to speaking? The other piece is dictation. Now, dictation is when you speak, and then there's text when you speak. But if you combine these two things together, what you get is what you said with then red lines under it telling you what might be wrong. And then you can start to be more aware of what issues you might have in your speaking so that you can make corrections, so that you can improve faster. So let me show you what I'm using. You don't have to use this, but this is what I recommend because it is probably the simplest possible way to do it. I'm going to pop over to my browser. Here we have dictation.io. Dictation.io. Now, I like dictation.io for a couple reasons. Number one, it's very simple. Number two, you can actually get an editable sheet, right? Number three, you can integrate Grammarly. You can see that my Grammarly plugin for my browser is here. So when I speak, it's going to write stuff down based on what I say, and then Grammarly is going to look at that. So this is pretty cool. Now you want to go to dictation.io/speech because they have another thing as well, something about voice commands. I don't know. I haven't used that, but make sure you go to /speech. It's on the main page on the website. The other cool thing about this, by the way, is that it's you don't need an account. They never say, "Oh, time to sign up with your email." No, you just go on the website and there it is. Boop, this is it. I never signed up for an account. It's pretty awesome. All right. Okay. So here we go. I've got Grammarly installed, and if I write something down, I want to know. Okay, Grammarly says, "Oh, you may have a spelling issue there." Do you mean want? Oh, yes, that's what I meant. Thanks, Grammarly. Right? So if I write, that's very useful. But what about speaking? Now, before I do this, I want to mention one thing, one very important thing. This voice dictation website is very accurate, and it's up there with the top ones. As far as I can tell, I've done quite a bit of testing. However, you need to make sure that you speak punctuation. That's the one unique thing about it. Speak punctuation. So you have to say, when you want a comma, say comma. And when you want to say at the end of a sentence, say period, comma, period, comma, period. Now, I guess if you chose British English, it might be comma and full stop. But if you choose US or United States English, it'll be comma and period. Okay, so let's just give it a try. All you do, if this is working correctly, is hit start and then you go. I'm just going to talk about something that happened recently. Okay, here we go. I have an event that I need to attend every week, period. The event takes place at 10:30 in the morning on Saturday, period. Recently, I've been late a few times, comma, and that is not something that I want to do regularly, period. So, comma, I decided to start leaving earlier, period. The really strange thing is, comma, even if I left 10 minutes earlier than I did the week before, comma, I would always arrive at the same time, comma, a few minutes late, period. This is a very strange phenomenon that I can't quite understand, period. Why is it that no matter how early I leave for my Saturday event, comma, I'm always a few minutes late, period? Maybe if I leave the day before, comma, I'll be able to get there on time, period. All right. Stop. Oh, it said it right. Here we go. So let's take a look at what I got. And by the way, I was just speaking spontaneously. I was not reading anything. I was just talking about something that happened recently. Okay, so let's just accept Grammarly's corrections. By the way, I didn't tell it to put a space there, so hey, that's not my fault. This one's not my fault either. This one's not my fault either. Leave for my Saturday. I'm always a few minutes late. No, I want to... Oh, it should be a question. Right, Grammarly's telling me I should have a question mark there, not a period. Oops. I have an event to attend every week. Okay, so I'm going to make some corrections. Now, what do I do? What I do is just make some text corrections to make it look nice. I wouldn't speak in capital letters, of course. The event takes place at 10:30 in the morning on Saturday. Yes. Recently, I should capitalize that. Recently, I've been late a few times. And that is not something I want to do regularly, comma. So, comma, I decided to start leaving earlier. Right. So you can see that it is basically putting everything down that I said. And if I were to make mistakes, then it would write down the mistakes too, and I would have to correct those. And then Grammarly is going to point out some issues. So let's try making a mistake. Let's see if we can make a mistake. I wanting to spend more time with the friend. Okay, let's see if Grammarly catches anything weird here. I wanting. I want. See if it catches anything else. To spend. Okay. I want to spend more time with the friend. Now, this is a kind of strange thing that it's suggesting because it's confused about the friend, right? So this is not what I want to say, but I won't spend more time with the friend. How about this? Let me make a correction. I want to spend more time with my friend. How's that? Okay, that's better. Let's try a tense issue. I don't know if it'll catch this one. Last Wednesday, I go to the supermarket for buying groceries. Oh, I got that one wrong. More. Last Wednesday, I go to the supermarket. More groceries. No, I said for buying. Okay, imperfect voice dictation there. Last Wednesday, I go to the supermarket for buying. Is it going to catch this one? Last Wednesday, I go. It should catch this mistake here because it's last Wednesday. Maybe it's not recognizing it. But if I read this carefully, I would be able to see, oh, wait a second. Last Wednesday, that's in the past. This should be went in the past. So it can help catch things that you might not catch if you were just speaking and not listening to yourself. So what I recommend is when you want to practice, when you want to just express yourself and get a little feedback, You can do it with something like this. Use voice dictation. This one's pretty good. There are others out there that are pretty good. I like this one because you can see it easily. And I would recommend using it with something like Grammarly. I think Grammarly is probably the best, so that you can see, okay, there might be a mistake there, and at least you can see what you said, and then go back, read through it, make some small corrections, clarify some things. It can be a very powerful tool to make you a little bit more aware of what you're saying. So try it out. If it's useful for you, let me know. Let me know how it goes. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my full courses on sale in the links in the description.